I understand this, and when I read about the Jevons paradox, I ran it through my head multiple times to understand how it fits in different industries. But there is a part of me that still thinks this is slightly different, because in the example you gave, where there was a content creation industry that was then disrupted by a content creation industry, I go, yeah, the skill of intelligence of human intelligence was still rare and scarce, and only humans had it. So the disruption of the content creation industry to a different content creation industry was still owned by humans. That transition was still a human one. But in such a world where AI agents can make, if you go on a lot of social media platforms, I shan't name which ones, it's just pure AI slop now.
Yes.
It's just people's agents churning out content that they haven't touched or done anything about. And then I started saying to you before we started recording that what we're going to experience, and what I think a lot of people don't fully embrace about this idea of becoming a content creator for a living or building a personal brand, is when you look at some of the graphs, and I'll throw the graphs from the Financial Times article on the screen, there's now a plateau of people spending time online for the first time in history. Well, in the first time in internet history, Gen Z especially were the first generation to plateau in their time spent. But the amount of content, the amount of AI agents, the amount of people that are now choosing to do content as a living is exploding.
Yes.
So you have a supply and demand issue where there's a set amount, really like a set amount of hours, sort of consumption hours. And then you have this huge exponential explosion in available content, because a kid in Mumbai
the attention is a limited resource.
But content is
unlimited.
Now.
Yeah, and more so. So AI slop is just rolling in, and also AI slop doesn't do it justice. Some of my favorite things to watch is AI generated. I'm enjoying AI. So think about it a little, when it comes to personal brand, think about it a little bit like an airport, that the airport has got this fog that is rolling in. If your airplane is already above the fog, then you can continue to fly. But if your airplane is not taking off already, then the fog is going to keep you on the ground. So, for example, you've invested so much into your personal brand, and people will come along to see you live, and they would love to go to a dinner party series that involves you, and there's a whole community around DOAC, right? So all of those things means that your airplane's already up in the air. You can continue to fly. But if you were starting 2 years from now, or a year from now, or maybe even 6 months from now, and you weren't smart about it, there's just too much AI-generated content. You won't get traction. You won't get that lift-off moment the same way. That opportunity is coming to an end because of that AI-generated content.